So for the mini Nutcracker, I am the ballerina doll who comes out of the box at the beginning. I am one of the snow corps members. I'm also the dewdrop fairy and a soldier in the battle scene. I was doing a combination of different ballet moves. For the piqué turns, I step onto one foot with a straight leg and the other foot is bent and up higher, and it's what's called in passe. And usually my arms are rounded and up near my solar plexus. And for the soutaneuse, both my legs are also straight and I jump from one foot to the next in what's called fifth position, and then I rotate with my arms also in first up near my solar plexus. And then for the chaînés, which usually you do more than one of them, and each half of a rotation you hit what's called first position, and my arms are also in the same position of rounded and near my solar plexus. So based on where your arms are, if I'm going slower, I'll have my arms out farther away from my center and away from my body, and if I want to travel faster, I'll bring them in closer to my body, but keeping the same position, just maybe my elbows will be out a little farther. So depending on if you have one leg that you're standing on, if you're standing on both legs, you want to make sure they're very straight and you're pulling up using your quad muscles, so that makes your legs actually lighter and you can travel faster and stay on your box so you don't go off your equilibrium.
In the mini Nutcracker, I am Fritz's friend in the party scene, I'm a mouse in the battle scene, and I'm a cricket, which is kind of a male T. A ballet move that I do would be a pirouette, which is when you turn on one leg and have your other leg in sort of a triangle with your foot glued on your knee. In your position, you start with one arm curved in front and another arm kind of like a ballet straight, which isn't perfectly straight, but curved a little bit. And then you'd open your right arm out, so they're both in that straight position. And then when you go to the pirouette, you whip them both in. And how hard you'd whip them is dependent on how many turns you'd want to do. If I'd say, let's do a double, I do a little bit out and then not that hard of an in. But if I wanted to do 3 or 4, I do a much harder whip in and then hold it there. So as well as your arms, your legs also give you force into it. Your back leg would be the one that's providing power, and when you start, you push off the ball of your foot into your passe, and your front leg is the leg that would provide the stability. So you go straight up into what's called a releve, when you just hold on the ball of your foot, and then you'd hold until the end, and you wouldn't provide any force on that leg. And there are other variables like keeping your arms tighter and just being more conscious so you can lean your weight.
Some floors are slipperier, some floors are stickier, so that does affect turns. I sometimes use rosin and that makes my feet stickier, so if the floor is slipperier, I can catch the floor better. But I should be careful not to use too much because then they actually become slipperier. So there's a happy medium there.